feature is better than Pablo Boats? What Kendrick feature is better than fucking anything Cole did in 2019?
Royce is better than Cole on Pablo Boat.
Remember, guys, so all ages show. We're doing
wait. We streaming or we recording live? What we doing?
We streaming. We're about to start. We streaming right now.
Was
we
streaming.
Probably me. Probably me.
Probably. I wasn't cussing that time. I was usually
we streaming live to YouTube right now.
Yeah, we streaming live. We streaming.
We live and direct.
You know what live and direct mean?
Live and direct.
We got the power for that. We got
the power for that. We got Markeith Collins in the chat. What up? Nice to see you.
Good to have you. Wait, let me look at this chat though. Hold on.
Yo, Markeith Collins.
Where's the chat on YouTube? Where's the chat
on YouTube? Hold on, man. You got the chat.
Well, I'm about to be off in this thing right now.
Yo, we got.
I was waiting for the live.
I'm about to fall off in the chat on these dudes, man.
Oh man, we do what we do, man. We do what we do. We got items.
I gotta see people, man. I gotta see these faces. Look at us right there.
What else did Cole have in 2019?
All right, so man? Mike, you are over here, HighSign over here, and PL under me. All right, that's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like.
Hold up. So I can see where we at. So I can see.
No,
Mike,
what order we in. And see now people can see. Kind of like, you know what I'm saying? The craziness.
I'm gonna jump in the chat right now.
Wow! Shout out to the jerk off playing reggaeton.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's me, y'all.
Ain't nothing like some reggaeton, you know what I'm saying?
It's you playing reggaeton outside my window.
Ain't nothing like some reggaeton.
Yeah.
Tyler Bennett in the house. What up? Tyler Bennett up in here. Nice to see you. You got Markeith Collins. Playing Fear on Xbox. See, we need to get y'all off that console life. You need to get over to PC, man. Get off that console life.
Y'all need to get to that mobile life. You know what I mean? Y'all be mobile over here.
Don't ever do that.
Switch, phone, whatever.
Oh, snap. No, you said a Switch, though.
Game Boy.
Not the Switch, though.
Switch.
Oh, man. Oh.
Know what it is.
So, guys, before we get started, thank you all for coming through. This is going to be our special edition. We're getting ready for the Elite 8. But as always, I must start with a whoo. Ha ha. Yeah, late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, all year, coming with another wonderful episode of Beats Vibes Life. That's right. You better believe that. We are back. And we are here for the Dream Match Hip Hop Bracket Team Showdown. We got 8 teams left. But of course, before we get started, that's right. Come on out. Come on. This is right. Before we get started, can't do this without NERDSoul Light. And to my left or right, we have Arckatron.
What's up, people? It's ARCKATRON.com. You can find all my stuff wherever you at in the world. We are here on NERDSoul. We got some good stuff for y'all today. Who else we got in the house?
Down below on the square on the bottom right or whatever, however you seeing this, we got Anwar HighSign. What's up?
So I'm here with NERDSoul, with Parker Lewiz, with the ARC Father Part 3.
And last but not least, Parker PL, Lewiz PL, take them to the bridge.
What up, folks? It's your boy Parker PL Lewiz. Lewiz with a Z, ParkerPLLewiz.com. Yeah, check me out. Yeah.
Oh, boy. So, of course, if you caught us last week, we began our whole Dream Match hip-hop team bracket brought to us by Parker PL Lewiz. And as you can see, let me go on and throw it up for y'all. Boom. We got Team Brooklyn left versus Team Bronx. We got Team Queens versus Team Compton. We got Team Los Angeles versus Team Philly. And then Team Atlanta versus Team Long Island. So we got Elite 8. We got
the LI team left. The LI team.
It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough, rugged and raw out there. I'm enjoying this. these 8 teams are definitely on some hotness. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's start our first matchup with Team Brooklyn versus Team Bronx. If you didn't remember, Team Brooklyn is Jay-Z, Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls, GZA, Big Daddy Kane, and Mos Def. Then Team Brooklyn is let's see, where Brooklyn at?
That was Brooklyn.
Oh, sorry. Team Bronx. Sorry. Team Bronx is KRS-One, Big Pun, Slick Rick, Fat Joe, and Fred the Godson. So that's who we rocking with now. So who y'all got? Who you know?
In Brooklyn versus DX.
Yeah, Brooklyn versus DX.
I got Brooklyn.
I gotta go with Brooklyn as well.
Gotta go Brooklyn.
R.I.P. Fred the Godson.
So that we got yo, man, Brooklyn goes through to the very next round. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep. Brooklyn is killing it right now. So as you can see, of course, Team Brooklyn moves on. Now the next team we have, or the next matchup we have, is Team Queens versus Team Compton. All right.
I see you. You got your little chart on here. I see you. Okay. Okay.
So
you
Team
fancy.
So Team Queens has Nas, LL Cool J, Prodigy, Cool G Rap, and Pharoah Monch. And Team Compton has Kendrick Lamar, Ice Cube, The Game, MC8, and Problem. So, how you guys feeling on this one? This is a tough one.
I know who I'm going with. I just hate that I have to say it.
Compton, ain't no city quite like mine. It ain't mine.
Run on the Compton list again.
All right, so Compton list is Ice Cube, Kendrick Lamar, The Game, MC8, and Problem. Versus Team.
I gotta go Queens.
I'm going Queens.
They got Nas, LL Cool G Rap,
and reluctantly go Queens.
Yeah,
he said reluctantly go Queens.
Nas, Escobar,
okay,
Cool G Rap,
okay.
It's tough.
Prodigy.
Can we
Bandana P?
Can we line it up or not?
Let's line it up.
All right, let's line it up.
Please, let's line it up.
Because it's close. It's close. You can really go either way, but it's close.
And so everybody can see the bracket right now. Y'all can see where we at. So, all right, to line it up, we got Nas versus Ice Cube.
Wash.
That's a wash.
Yeah,
that's a wash. Give that a wash. All right, cool.
Yo, tangentially, real quick, did any of y'all watch Ice Cube's live where he played America's Most Wanted for the 30th anniversary of the album?
No, I missed it.
No.
Fire.
I missed that.
And he was explaining, he was talking about the making of the records and whatnot.
He's been dropping a lot of
gems. Says he has Compton. Nick Hollywood G says Queens. So next up, all right, so Nas and Cube, they wash. All right, next we got Kendrick Lamar versus LL. I'm sorry, I gotta go LL.
That's Dot, man. That's Dot, man.
I gotta go with Dot. I'm sorry.
It's K Dot or Watch. It's K Dot or Watch.
And we going with
yeah. I agree with Ark on that. It's K Dot or it's a Watch. But I'm feeling like K Dot personally. But not because I think it's just personal.
Y'all sleeping on the legacy of LL Cool J.
It's just personal preference. I have the highest respect for his legacy.
Man.
But personal preference wise, I know what I'm listening to more.
We have 2 washes and 2 for Kendrick.
All right, well, if we got 2 for
I said 2 washes and 2 for Kendrick.
I guess we got to throw it to Kendrick then. Throw it to Kendrick. All right, so Kendrick gets that one. Next round we have The Game versus Prodigy. So what
are we talking about right now?
Prodigy.
P.
All right, it's been fun. I'm gonna go ahead and head out with a button that's right now. With a leave button.
Tapping out.
Tap out. I'm tapping out.
Yo, man.
Don't tell me because he collabed with Timbaland.
Look.
Who collabed with Timbaland?
The game.
He did?
He did collab with Timbaland.
First album.
That joint was hot too.
Oh, wow.
Put you on
I
the
don't
game.
know. I don't know the names of the songs.
That joint was real. That beat was
real. Put you on the game.
Yeah.
Man,
that joint was hard.
What's the name of the song?
Put You On the Game.
Yep.
I gotta revisit it. I haven't heard that album in years.
That's one of the best Timbaland beats too. Like that beat is fire.
He gave him some hotness.
Timbaland beats is hot.
Yeah.
I'll give it to Prodigy. I'll give it to Prodigy. All
right. So a wash.
Reluctantly giving it to Prodigy.
A wash and then 1-1.
Right.
All right. So MC8 versus Kool G Rap. I see this as a wash because they're both kind of Godfather status.
That's a wash for me as well.
So, all right. Then the last one we have is
the deciding factor.
The deciding factor is Problem versus Pharaoh Monch. I got to give it to Pharaoh.
Pharaoh.
The Pharaoh. All right. So Queens moves on.
Yo. You're not giving it now. To be completely fair, I'm gonna be completely transparent.
All right, go ahead.
I probably should
be real, son.
I'm not super familiar. I'm not versed in Problem's catalog.
All right,
like I know some stuff.
I think he's good, but I'm not versed in his catalog.
Anything I've heard of his catalog is not as bad as what Pharaoh's top is. So
that's what
we saying.
Okay.
What we saying?
Look.
No, P, you gotta
he made a valid point. That's a valid point.
Come on,
it's valid. P. All right, it's valid.
So as we can see, we have Team Brooklyn moving on to face Team Queens next round. We're going on forward to Team LA versus Team Philly. If you guys don't remember, Team LA.
Here we go. Here we go with the nonsense.
Wait, how did Team Philly make it, man?
Here we go with the nonsense.
Yo, man, look, we ain't going back with you on this. Philly made it. We went through a whole thing.
Who was it that they beat again?
Wait, hold on. Where's Jersey at?
Jersey got knocked out early, fam.
Get out of here.
They made it past the first round.
Now they made it past the first round.
Yeah, they made it past the first round.
They lost first round?
I'm not messing with this.
No, they did. They made it past the first round.
Oh, they did.
Second round. Team Jersey lost in the second
round.
Like
Brooklyn, right?
He was like, I'm not messing with y'all.
I'm not.
It's Joe Budden. That's why.
So to bring it back to the people that are watching, Team LA has the one and only Corrupt, Tupac, Nipsey Hussle, Q, and Bad Luck. Team Philly has Black Thought, Beanie Siegel, Tierra Whack, Meek Mills, and Will Smith. So,
run the LA team down again real quick.
LA team back is Corrupt, Tupac, Nipsey Hussle, Q, and Bad Luck. And then Team Philly is
You said Q?
Thought. Yeah, Q.
Schoolboy.
Oh, Schoolboy Q. I thought you said Cube.
Oh, no. Q, Schoolboy Q. Right. Sorry.
Okay.
And then,
like Q on both teams?
I was like, hey, yo.
He like, Daddy, you got that crossover.
What is this horse and pony show?
What up, King Jers? King Jers said Jers all day. All right, so
how ironic is it that, hold on, Mr. NERDSoul. How ironic is it that Corrupt on Team LA happens to be battling Team Philly in this final format?
Here this man go.
Here's the thing, though.
This man right here.
On the low, though, I think this is a tighter battle than we think it is.
Let's run it then.
I think this is a tighter battle than we think it is.
Please show me. Show and prove. Let's run it down.
It's close, but I'm leaning LA, but it's close.
We're going to run it down. All right, here we go.
I'm giving my answer last. I don't know. I'm giving my answer last.
Team LA versus Team Philly.
I'm here right now.
Corrupt versus Black Thought. Come on, bruh.
That's a wash. Come on, fam.
Wash?
It's a wash. It's a wash.
That actually,
can you just let it be a wash?
No. I might be with Haas with the wash.
It's a wash, man. Come on. Look deeper into it, man. Look at it, P. Look at it real quick.
No,
don't just react. Look at it.
All right, make your point. Make your
Black Thought ain't got no albums though.
Here's my point.
He dropped 2
recently.
Yeah, recently. Yeah.
Here's my
Crop
point.
been dropping things since the 90s.
Both are lit. Both.
If we going off, if that's what we going off.
No. I'm catalog. That's part of the point. It's part of
it. Both are super lyrical. Can we agree?
Yes.
Both of them have lyrics. Here's the difference.
Both have classic albums. The Roots because the Roots have classics, and he's the only voice on the albums most of the time. He's more of a, or rather, he's more of a voice.
He's essentially the front man.
He's the front man. Okay. Kurupt was in Dog Pound, so he had the trade off the mic as well at times.
Yeah,
but he was the front man. He might have been recognized as the front man in that too.
He really was.
Kurupt definitely was the front.
He really was more of the front man.
Baz was like
man
on the mic.
Where's the chat at? Yeah, are y'all helping me with Philly? Are y'all helping me? Why are we really discussing Black Thought versus Kurupt right now?
Because Kurupt is an animal too.
Yo, Kurupt watches the show. Kurupt, I got love.
Kurupt
was hanging out 2 weeks ago.
Kurupt is an animal, bro.
I think it's animal, Kurupt, man. Kurupt is nice, yo. Kurupt is nice.
I didn't say he wasn't nice.
You might have swayed me.
You didn't say he wasn't nice. I heard you say it.
I'm fine with a wash, actually. But let's go run it down. Let's keep running down.
No. Hold on. All right. Wait, because y'all gave me the chance. So, Mike, make the case that it's not a wash.
Arckatron and I both made a top 10 list of MCs. Where was Kurupt at, Arckatron? Mr. He's an Animal. Mr. He's nice. He wasn't on there. Get it out of here.
This is a different kind of battle, sir. This is not an MC versus MC battle.
Are you going to let me make my case? Are you going to let me make my case? Can I make my case?
Here's the question I have for you.
You asked me a question. No, that's not what I agree.
Wait. Here's what you said. Here's the question.
It's a different battle.
Look. They both appear on Pete Rock's Soul Survivor album.
Boom.
Who has the better appearance?
All right, hold on. Wash. King Joseph's Black Thought.
Wash.
I'm trying to think of how the song goes. Hold on.
Wash. If that's the argument, wash.
Yeah, well, hold on. But you can't. Here's the thing. You got 2 different songs, 2 different vibes. You can't really capture that. But when you look at the wealth of the career, come on, man. Are we really going to do this to Black Thought? We really going to watch him?
We're not doing anything.
Sold more albums.
Black Thought by
he went up against another legend. They're both legends.
So the Chronic 2001, the original Chronic, he has highlight appearances on both of those records. He has highlight appearances with Muggs. He has highlight appearances with Pete. He has highlight appearances with
Rockefeller.
With Rockefeller.
The Dynasty joint. Oh no, that's
I don't know that album that
but
well.
No, he's on
Man.
I was gonna say DJ Quick.
Look, I'm willing to say
he's on the
I don't wait.
What's the vote?
There's 2 washes right now.
And what do you want?
I vote to wash. I vote to wash it.
They sold me on the wash.
All right, that's cool. Then it's a wash. All right, so it's a wash. So Kurupt and Black Thought is a wash, apparently. Apparently. Hey, that's what we're doing here.
That's a hard one in the
2020 in the year of our Lord and Savior.
They're both okay. How about this? Someone just said it. They both are underrated. That's the thing.
They are. I agree with that.
Yes, they are. Okay, next. Tupac.
Hey, 3 against 1.
Tupac versus Beanie Siegel.
Pac.
All right, cool. So that's one for LA. Then we have Nipsey Hussle versus Tierra Whack.
Nip.
All right, cool. So that's 2 on LA.
That's kind of unfair to her though, but Nip.
It is. Well, I mean, we lining it up.
I know,
So
but I'm saying like it's that.
Schoolboy Q versus Meek Mill.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
They're kind of even with me.
Watch.
I watch it.
I will watch it.
Want to watch that?
Yeah, I'm watching it. Meek, yeah, because Meek's impact and stuff also adds.
Mike, are you voting for the wash?
Yeah, because they're about even with me.
Okay.
So I'd say wash. So with that wash, with that wash, Team
that's
LA
a good
moves
matchup
on.
though. I like it.
Yeah, with that wash, Team LA moves on. That means
we didn't say Will Smith.
Yeah, but
even if he won it didn't matter.
Team Philly couldn't win.
Okay. We have 2 washes and 2 LAs, right?
Oh, right. Okay.
So
wait, but I still want to go.
Wait,
though.
2 washes and 2
though. I still want to know.
Okay, let's line it.
Are you serious?
Who was it?
Will Smith versus Bad Luck. Come on now.
I'm rolling with Luck. You can have Will.
I'm going with Will Smith.
I know I can have Will.
I'm rolling
I know
with
that. I know that.
Will.
You're gonna turn this chat off and you're gonna go look at his IG and enjoy his movies. Yeah.
He ain't had a good one in 20 years. He the Wu-Tang of movies. Get out of here.
Had a what? 20 years?
He's the Wu-Tang of movies.
He has not had a good movie in 20 years.
Bad Boys came
he
out
is the Wu-Tang of movies.
How you end this? How do you end this? How do you sign out? How do you sign? Will.
I'm rolling with Luck.
Okay. Anyway, Team LA moves on. As you can see, Team LA moves on. And next up, we have the last of our Elite 8, which is Team Atlanta versus Team Long Island. If you need me to reiterate the name, the teams, all right. So, or the members of the team, Team Atlanta. Oh, this is going to be a good one. All right. So, Team Atlanta has Andre 3000, Big Boy, T.I., 2 Chainz, and Ludacris. And then Team Long Island has, if I can find them, since Lil Mike, NERDSoul Light is killing me over here. Team Long Island has Rakim, Busta Rhymes, Chuck D, MF Doom, Rock Marciano. I'm going to go on and say that it's Team Long Island, but that's just for me. Maybe I'm alone again.
Hold on. I will say, before I say who I'm picking, that same argument that made Corrupt and Black Thought a wash is the same argument that you have to apply to this Atlanta Long Island battle.
Run it down then.
So let's run it down.
Are we for real?
Run it over.
We're going to run it? All right, cool.
I think if we run everything, we're going to solve it. These next ones going to be tight.
The chat so far is saying Long Island. Let's run it.
All right, so with this one, we got first up with Atlanta, we got Andre 3000. And Team Long Island, we got Rakim.
Wash.
That's a wash.
Wash.
That is wash-tastic.
Okay. All right. So that's 3 washes? All right.
The wash starring Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
No problem. All right.
I'd rather be where you walking along you.
So then we got Big Boy versus Busta Rhymes.
Wash.
Bus.
Wash.
Are you really saying wash?
Wash.
Busta Rhymes.
Bus.
This is Busta Rhymes.
Bus.
You don't get out of here.
Hold on. Time out, fam. We just watched 3K and Rakim, right?
You just watched them. I did not.
Big Boy is a better rapper than him. How we know, fam?
Bruh.
Wait.
No.
What did you say? Who did we just watch? Who?
We watched Busta and Big Boy.
I think that we should watch.
That's what he said. He wants to watch Busta and Big Boy.
I think that should be a watch.
He also said something about KRS-One. What did you just say?
No.
No, he said talking about the last one.
Hold on. What I said was, if we said that 3K versus Rakim was a wash.
3K.
Yeah.
Who calls him 3K? Like who the hell's 3K?
Him and
If
like
Andre and Rakim is a wash,
yes,
and Andre says that Big Boy is a better rapper than he is,
I'm not saying that. About it. Who says that?
He's supposed to say that.
No, he's not.
I'm gonna give it to you.
That's his brother. That's his brother and his partner.
For
you have biases when that's your brother and your partner.
Ask Big Boy who's the better rapper. I bet you he don't say Andre.
I bet you he does.
I bet you.
I bet you he says Andre better.
It's who we say is the best.
Put a beat on it. I bet you a beat.
Bet.
You about to owe me a beat.
Busta Rhymes over Big Boy. Anyone else other than PL?
No, Busta Rhymes over Big Boy. I still think Rakim should be over 3K. 3K.
That's the watch.
I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
3K.
He cut you off at the pass with that one. NERDSoul was like, I still think Andre 3000 should be. He was like, that's a wash. It's a wash.
So then we have T.I. versus Chuck D.
Chuck. Sorry.
we giving it to T.I. too? All right, cool.
Sorry.
Wow.
Hold on.
Hold
on, man.
Listen, family.
I didn't hear no opposition to Anwar.
We still thinking about it.
That's just my personal preference.
Let us think.
I'll take Tip.
No, I will not.
I will
think.
I will take Tip.
You gonna take Tip?
Longer body of work.
Chuck's still rapping.
Is it though?
Chuck's still rapping. I just listened to the album the other day. New
Chuck
album.
Is still
was it good?
He's still busting.
He's still good.
No, all jokes aside. All jokes aside, is he? I hope
he is still good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the music
I gotta give it Chuck.
As the older Public Enemy stuff? I don't think so.
Man, yo.
Who you saying?
I'm Chuck D.
Yeah.
We Chuck D too.
Yes.
Well, other PL, that's the only person not Chuck D.
Oh, so we got 3 Chuck. Cool.
That's what we said. Let us cook, man. We cooking over here.
All right,
cool. Let us cook. Jump to the gun.
Yo.
So with that said,
I got a letter from the government the other day, fam.
So
the other day.
So
he loses points for getting rid of Flav.
He didn't.
They back. It's all good.
That was a publicity stunt. That was a stunt.
It was a stunt.
So he loses points for stunting.
Did it to make a point.
Are you kidding me? You want to talk about stunting being bad when you talk about TIP?
No, but there was a point to the ruse. They were trying to make a point.
Yes, they were trying to make a point. Now, we got
I hate this guy so much.
Killing me. All right, so we got 2 Chainz versus MF Doom.
2 Chainz. No.
2 Chainz.
Man,
I'm not saying
I know PL
win
in the city 2 Chainz. You going with 2 Chainz, brother?
I'm going with Doom.
I want to know who PL is going with. PL is always the wild card.
I'm going with Chainz.
Who you going with, Sean?
I'm going with Doom. It's a wash.
I'm gonna go with Doom. I gotta go with Doom.
They ain't a wash. Doom.
I love Chainz, but come on, man. Mad villainy.
No. Time out. No.
Food.
If we're adding all of the factors in, there's no way the Doom beats Chainz. None. No.
So, all right, let's.
No.
All right, I'll go into this battle. I'll go into this battle with you. Let's run it down.
There's no way.
Let's run it down. Make your case. I'm defending.
10,000 people know who Doom is. 10 million people know who Chainz is.
That's
I think you're overreaching on that.
You're overreaching. I think you're overreaching on how few people know Doom.
Who?
Look, you got NERDSoul Light over here crying.
You done made NERDSoul Light
he's
brother.
melting right now. He's literally melting right now.
Listen, look. Some of the biggest artists in the world are influenced by Doom.
Who?
Some of the biggest rappers. Tyler's influenced for one. Rock.
When has Tyler ever said he's been influenced by Doom? I'll give you Sweat. I'll give you Earl. But when has Tyler ever said that?
I will look it up and send it to you. I don't have it off the top of my head.
I can't believe we're having a Doom
They've
versus...
both talked about being excited to meet Doom.
They knew about him, meaning that's more than 10,000
They both
people,
were listening to Doom.
I don't think that's a fair one. I'm not discrediting Doom's artistic ability. He's a dope rapper. He's dope. I get it, fam.
I'm gonna need more than numbers, sir. What's your other argument? You have not said anything else. What's your other argument?
Okay, I said that. Okay. 2 Chainz is not a better rapper than Doom, but every other thing else leans towards 2 Chainz. Other than that,
bruh.
Everything else,
popularity.
Okay, Chainz has sold more records. He has more fans. He's had better features. Like what are we naming? Like
Doom don't need features. Huh? Doom don't need features.
Are Chainz' albums better than Doom's albums?
Metal Face the Deathstroke? Come on, man.
Doom has one good album, man. If we keep it in 100.
Whoop, sir.
One. What are you saying right now?
At the very least, we got to say 2.
1.
He got 3 for me.
What is it? Which one is it?
All right. What one?
What you going on, man?
No. For real. And then I'm going to add on to what you're saying. So which album do you think is one good album?
Just go on, man.
Is it Mad Villainy?
We know it's Mad Villainy. Stop playing.
So you're telling me that Food is trash?
It's not trash, but it ain't.
You're telling me that Born Like This is not a
That's my
album?
3.
You're telling me that King Ghidorah is not a crazy record?
That's my 3 cheeses right there.
Because you got Food, you got Mad Villainy, and then
3 cheeses.
3 cheeses.
3 cheeses and chicken. Man, come on. Danger Mouse too. Come on.
Danger Mouse is solid.
He has one good album, fam. Everything else is solid.
Chainz got one good album, and everything else is solid. So what are we still? We still in standstill. Chainz has one good album. Chainz' albums aren't.
No. You said he has one good album and everything else is solid. I literally said that everything is okay. As far as like the rapping part, I'll give you that. The fucking if that's what you're
killing me right now,
huh?
Cursing.
It's because the all ages show.
We live on YouTube.
My humblest apologies.
Cut his mic. Cut his
mic.
Cut this guy.
Okay, no. The point I was trying to make was this. Let's say if that's even, if the albums are even, if under your argument, you said the Chainz only has one good album and everything else is solid. Okay. If everything, I'll give you the fact that Doom is a better rapper than 2 Chainz.
Okay.
Name me one other asset that Doom has in his belt that 2 Chainz doesn't.
The mask, the persona.
The mask.
This is the same. Are we talking about the same dude that paid people to be him and perform and steal people's money?
But was it me and you that just talked about
this? It's a Doom bot.
It's a Doom bot.
It's just like
literally out of the
MF Doom puts out Doom bots and LMDs all the time. You know what I'm saying?
It's literally out of the comic book. When you think about it, it's kind of a crazy play.
2 Chainz can't send nobody to rap for him, son.
He has a mysteriousness and the persona that Chainz cannot match, and Chainz is ill. Like Chainz is cool as hell.
Tyler Bennett says 2 Chainz is a better rapper, and Doom is a better character as a whole. I'd say that Doom's rhyme styles alone trump 2 Chainz. But I know 2 Chainz makes hot records that people like, they like to dance to, like to ride to. So I don't discount that. I'm just saying I don't think that's powerful enough to eclipse everything that Doom is. The rapping, the stories, the mystique, the Doom bots, the voice acting. He's created this atmosphere around him that I don't think 2 Chainz has. But if we're in the club though, 2 Chainz has.
Yo, you disrespectful.
But we don't live in the club.
No, I'm being real. I am not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just being 100. Like underground, he's a god in underground hip hop, and he deservedly so. But fam, come on, man. Dude, right. You got it. You got it. What are we looking like on the lineup? What are we looking like
so
on
now, we watched Rakim and
Tom York
Andre.
loves Doom.
Busta Rhymes took Big Boy.
That's a low blow. I love Radiohead, fam. That's a low blow.
He does.
A high blow.
He does.
Did Chuck D take T.I.? I can't remember. Who won the T.I. and Chuck D?
Chuck.
I won. Chuck. I said Washington, but Chuck won.
Chuck. So all right. So then that means that L.I. goes forward because L.I. has 3 already. They got Busta Rhymes, Chuck D, and MF Doom.
Who's the last round though? We still want to have the last round.
Ludacris versus Rock Marciano. Luda would have got that for me.
Yeah, I'm taking Rock.
What did you just say, Mike?
Luda would have got that for me.
I'm taking Rock.
You would have. Who's rolling with Luda?
Yeah,
somebody was rolling with Luda.
Mike is rolling with Luda.
That's right.
Over Rock.
And here's why. Rock is dope, but Rock isn't diverse enough for me. And I've this is similar to what Arckatron was breaking down to me last year a little bit, talking about like his beats being the same, dude don't never want to use no drums, stuff like that. And I started, the more and more I listen to him, I'm like, man, this the same song. Now, are the lyrics cool? Is he funny? Does he have talent? Yes, but I'm like, bruh, this the same song. And Ludacris is very diverse with the flow. Way more diverse than Rock Marciano is. Now, if we're talking about Rock Marciano from back in UN days, it's different. But we're not talking about that dude. We're talking about the whole career. And most of his career has been the same song. Ludacris has switched up his flow many times. And arguably done it at a top level. So, yeah, I got to give it to Luda on that one. But
Ludacris is Nelly
really?
To me, man.
Really?
Like, Ludacris is Nelly to me, yo. Like, he's dope, he can rap, but he's Nelly.
Nelly all you want, but for me, I'd rather listen to a collection of different moods, sounds, emotions than the same song over and over and over again.
I wouldn't. I'd
rather listen to different sounds
if
than
you
the same old
think
song.
I get your point.
If you guys
like,
think that Rock is cool and he got all kinds of styles, great. But for me, he don't.
Yeah,
but
you got a lot
because
of
L.I.
beats,
wins
but
anyway.
your raps ain't fun.
L.I. win anyway, because that was another one for the L.I., so yeah.
Yeah,
All
L.I. won anyway.
L.I., I was voting L.I., yeah.
Yeah. So,
L.I.
with
That's
that
bad.
said, we got from the top,
All
Team
New York
Brooklyn versus Team Queens. And then Team Los Angeles versus Team Long Island in the final 4. It's about to get real. It's about to get hot.
East Coast.
Oh man. So it's tough. It's tough. You know,
will your
it's about to get
Brooklyn
tough.
style speak for itself? That's the question.
I don't think this is close. I will just go ahead and say this. I don't think it's close. The only team that can see Team Brooklyn is Team Long Island. And I don't think it's close.
Wow.
We'll see. We'll see. Stop talking ahead. Stop talking across the table. We ain't get that.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I apologize.
All right. So in this, let's see. We got Long Island. We got Queens. We got what? Philly. We got Los Angeles, Long Island. Cool. All right. So which one, we'll keep it going from the top. Team Brooklyn versus Team Queens.
Brooklyn.
Pierre was waiting. Pierre was waiting for this, yo. Pierre was waiting for this moment.
You wanted this so bad. Are we gonna run this one down?
Do we have to?
I think we should run all of them down. I think
it would be fun in this instance.
That makes sense.
All right, cool. All right, so here we go. We can run this down. All right, so starting with Team Brooklyn, we got Jay-Z Oh boy.
Versus Nas.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and
Versus
watch it.
Nas?
And it's
Versus
either
Nas.
Hove or a wash. It's Hove or a wash.
Don't start that as Hove or wash
It's
stuff.
Hove or wash, fam.
This boy love Hove too much.
When
It's
you
Hove or
say
wash,
you
fam.
say Hove, do you mean Nas? When you I want you to when you clarify.
Nas,
when you say Hove, you say like, is that a mispronunciation of Nas? It's pronounced Nas.
No, Jay-Z,
it's pronounced Nas.
Jigga, Sean Carter. That guy.
Nas
Carter was the
Interesting.
only
Beyonce
one of my
husband.
children that didn't give me
That
any
dude.
pain.
All right,
That's when I knew he was a special child.
You making NERDSoul light melt, man. You making him
Who we
melt.
got?
All right, so Nas versus Jay-Z. What did we watch them? Did we watch those guys?
I'm watching it.
I'm going Nas, but okay, I'm out.
I would go Nas too, but if y'all gonna watch, y'all gonna watch.
No. Stick to your guns. You went Nas. Go Nas. We watch.
He's my favorite of all time.
It's Nas. Nas wins.
He's my favorite.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'll give you the watch. It's gotta be a watch.
Fine. Okay.
I'll give you the watch, fam. I'll give you the watch.
We'll watch it.
No. Y'all said Nas. Stick to your guns.
I said Nas.
Make your argument.
Two Nas's. All right.
My argument.
They are also allowed to change their minds, are they not?
You're not going to accept the argument. My argument is one sentence long.
Oh boy. Here we go. Go ahead.
Sure.
Name a rapper that I ain't influence. Go.
If I started rapping before you, how you influenced me?
I need you, P, yo, PL. I need you. Come here real quick. I need you.
Man. Chill.
I need you to look up. I need you to look up the making of Dead Presidents, where Ski talks about making dead presidents, and then we can revisit.
If I started rapping before you, how did you influence me?
If you started rapping before me, but you weren't influential like me,
I had a name before they knew who you were. I did.
Whoa. Let's back this up. Did he have a name before?
He went on tour.
No, wait. That is fair. Yes, he did. But Nas influenced the entire 90s. Jay-Z's rapping style directly changed post Nas.
Come on, man. Jay-Z was dang near giving you riggedy, 80.
So boom.
Right.
I'll give you the timeline. Look. Halftime was on Zebrahead. What year was that? 92 or
93?
92.
And then Illmatic in 94. Live at the Barbecue, Kick 'em in the Grill, about 91, 92.
Hov had a top 100 song in 88.
Was it his song?
Was
it his song or was it his girl's song?
He's on it. Doesn't matter. He's on it.
So we just gonna give people credit for being there? Well, I guess you could say someone on the second string still gets a ring for the championship.
Wait. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this then. Did Jay influence Nas at any point in time? Any point in time?
Is it Black Girl Dead or Shorty Owe You for Ice? Yes, he did. What are we talking about?
King Jersey, shout out to King Jersey.
That's a good job. Y'all got it, man.
Their influx, like they are planets. They are planets orbiting each other. It would be insane to say that Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt was not influenced by Illmatic.
Y'all got it.
Bruh. King Jersey, shout out to the chat, says Jay-Z sounded like Daz Effects before he changed. Yes, he did. He was like riggedy, iggity, all that mess. And then Nas dropped.
And Soul Records doing that.
No, he didn't.
They weren't his songs.
He wasn't selling a lot of records doing that.
I love Arckatron right now. Arckatron, like,
he was not selling a lot.
Y'all have it. Y'all can have it. Because Arckatron knows that deep down the hole is the better rapper, but he's going to watch because it makes sense. That's why he's quiet.
I'm not saying, sir, I'm just letting y'all play this out. I'm the watch, meaning that I'm waiting for y'all arguments to swing me one way or the other. I'm on Team Nas now.
Y'all got it.
Ain't No Ninja. That was his first breakthrough record, right? Yes. Can we agree? Can we agree on that?
Yeah, that was his breakout hit. Yes.
That was his breakout song. Yeah.
And Dame Dash even talked about Payola to get the record playing.
He was known, but as a solo artist,
bald-headed Dame.
That was his breakout. Was Ain't No Ninja.
Bald-headed Dame told a story about taking a bag of money up to Hot 97. Come on, man. Sitting in his house.
He's not budging. He's not budging on this one.
I mean, it's more like y'all kind of
PL's. I'm saying PL's
talk to me. You're not gonna budge.
PL's not willing to. He's not willing to see reason today.
What? Now, I will say this on one thing PL does.
I'm watching it.
I'll give PL this. One thing Jay-Z does have, I believe, over Nas, career-wide,
better beats.
Jay-Z picks better beats.
Yeah, he's more consistent.
He's had the better career. Period.
That's fair.
Period.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair to say.
The why we voting for Nas?
He is still influenced by Nas.
Make it make
he
sense.
Doesn't have because he doesn't have the career that he has without Nas.
Yes, and what I'm saying is because so career-wise, Jay-Z wins, but the question is, was his career not a kernel or an ignition point due to Illmatic? And I believe it will. Not only Jay-Z, pretty much every New York
Nas's
rapper,
chamber.
But, pretty much every New York rapper at that time was following the Nas vein. So Nas fathered a whole bunch of styles. Like,
yeah, it's Nas on this one. Sorry, bro.
All right, so Nas.
I love you, bro.
Man, I love you, P. Come on, man.
P, man. I love P, man. You are my new favorite person, bro. Yo, friends of mine introduced me to different people. And I don't be liking them. I don't be liking them all the time. I like you for a week. All jokes aside.
I need an adult cigarette because y'all full of doodle right now.
Look,
I didn't say anything. You can't talk.
Not you, Ark. Not you, Ark.
I'm watching.
Y'all full of doodle
right now, man. I rock with you, man.
I have a question for y'all. For NERDSoul and HighSign.
All right.
Would you guys be willing to watch?
I would be willing to watch. Yes, I would be willing to watch.
I'll be willing to watch. We can watch this. We can watch
CPL?
Energies are high.
I would be willing to watch.
All I do is ask them. It's not as.
I said that from the jump.
No. Yeah, but you was coming with animosity.
Yeah, but the audience wanted us to run it down.
Yeah, and now King Jers
and you challenged it real hard. You were like, "Yo, how, Sway?"
So before we move on to the next matchup, King Jers asked, "Do you think Jay-Z would have reached his peak if Biggie Smalls was still alive?"
No. And you can say the same thing for Nas too.
I think he would.
They were so cool. They might have been like a 1-2 punch. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
I think that they would have been
because they kind of.
I think they would have been Jay and Kanye before Jay and Kanye.
Oh. What do you mean by that?
Well, you did have that commission album that they were
already working. They already had the commission. So they were already working together. They were already like this. They were already planning on doing work together. With Jay rising in popularity and Big rising in popularity, Big reaching a plateau, Jay-Z would have eventually got up, especially with Big slingshotting him and them playing off of each other. I think they would have done duet albums.
I think he would have been big, HighSign. He would have been.
They would have kept New York hot.
Would he have been Hove?
Maybe not,
like,
because they kind of would have shared each other's light.
He might have still be. I think he like Jay-Z.
I'm saying, like when you look at when you look. Go ahead, son. My bad.
Jay-Z's a chameleon, man. Like Biggie may not have been the chameleon in the case. We don't know Biggie. We don't know how it plays out. But we know how Jay-Z moves, and the way he moves, I think he still would have been Hove. How you say it?
Oh.
I think that eventually Big would have given him some space in the lane because he wanted to go a more executive route. It sounds like he wanted to have his label, break some artists. I think that would have given Jay some space to blossom. Then they would have come back around, come together. I think that in the same way, like Kanye is big and Jay is big, but they kind of occupy two spaces. Even though Jay and Big were closer stylistically, they still, I think, would have occupied two spaces.
Yeah, I think the way they played off of each other, I think
Big would have went more grimy.
Yeah, but then when they came together for like, commission album part 2 or whatever, it would have been like the Avengers film. You got Winter Soldier, and then you got like, Thor or whatever. But then when they come back together, they got this big, epic, you know what I'm saying? I think they might have, maybe Hova wouldn't be the Hova we know, but I think they would have still been definitely at the forefront right now. Because I think they would have shared each other's light and like kind of like helped each other burn brighter. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
I think that's probably what I think they would have definitely kept New York hot during the cold times.
Yeah, because
assuming that Puff didn't take all of Big's publishing.
We ain't even going to the business stuff.
Next topic.
So next matchup we have Biggie Smalls versus LL Cool J. This is a tough one for me because these are two guys.
It's not tough. Michael, I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. I don't think. No, I'm sorry, Mike.
This is the same guy that just seconds ago was like about to jump out the window.
I was.
You about to jump out the face on
I think here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm not dissing Big, but I think a lot of times we forget how big LL was on the street side and on the pop music side. Dude was making joints for women that was killing, and then was making joints on the streets that dudes was rocking to. And I think we forget at the beginning because he's so much older. Well, I'm not saying like he's 70, but LL got some age on him. I think we forget how big Mama Said Knock You Out was. How big like Radio was or something like that. Or how big, like I Need Love was. Like, I think we forget how big these records were. And
I wasn't even alive.
And then switching over switching over to like acting and all that stuff. I think we forget a lot about how big LL was. You know what I'm saying? And just because it's like, oh well, he licks his lips and he likes the girls. And we forget.
If it was a battle and they were rapping back to back, I'm choosing Biggie.
Well, LL has weathered the storm through like 3 or 4 battles throughout his career. And
huh? He's done what?
He's weathered the storm on many battles throughout his career.
He's done what? Where? With whom? With whom?
Don't do that to LL. LL is a seasoned battler.
No. Hold on. I'm not doing that to LL. Mike was getting ready to make a point. He said that he's held his own in these battles. And I'm at the question that I'm asking is, which battle did he hold his own in? I will wait for the answer.
Kumo D, who at the time
tell
was
him
a lyrical assassin.
Tell him what battle he held his own on. I give you $1,000.
At the time, Kumo D was a lyrical assassin.
That's
he
true.
was at the time. Cannabis, even in his older age, a little young lion cub, little young Thundercat came at him, and he still held his own.
Look at Arckatron's face. Look at them. They
No, I was surprised that LL is only 52 years old.
Am I still on my point, or y'all?
He's only 52.
I remember when those records came out.
Oh,
I remember when those records came out, and the hip hop community was quite split on who won it. So when the hip hop community is split, that means that he's holding his
Which
own.
community was split?
I have to shoot.
I don't remember. I didn't meet none of those people.
At the time, your boy still had hair. So I was still going to the barbershop.
I gotta shoot.
And at the barbershop, the brothers on the block was like, I don't know. Cannabis is dope. I don't know that LL doing
any of those brothers. I didn't meet any of them. Everybody I knew said Cannabis took a dump on them twice.
And where Cannabis at now?
But that's my point. That's what I was about to say. That's
so who
why
weathered the storm?
He couldn't fight LL.
He weathered the storm.
He couldn't fight LL's legacy at that time.
If you're saying that he weathered the storm by pulling a boss move and buying the man's contract and putting it on his fridge and saying, I own you, that's a boss move. If that's holding his own, then he definitely did that. I give you that.
Shout out to Tyler Bennett, man. He said, I love to see an old pick a nerd with hair. You should, you know what? I'll see if I can find. I'll see if I can find the afro.
It's real.
I want to see that one too.
Like I had a fro. I had braids and all that.
You got some hair still.
Yeah.
Our first episode, Mike.
Yeah.
Our first episode. You still was rocking stuff on the side.
Little baby joint. Little baby.
Go back 2 years ago.
Okay. Little baby joint. But
Cannabis would never have been able to defeat LL. Not because he's not a better rapper.
He didn't have
would not be able to weather the storm of his popularity and his reach.
Machine.
He would never have won.
If you want to, if you want to be for real, and people still come on that video.
Survive.
Yeah, like people still come on the video Arckatron and I did where we say like in hindsight was Cannabis whack. Because it's like, for me, when you look back, that first album, man, that's a hard listen. And let's be for real.
Side note,
brethren.
No. Ain't no shaky. Side note. Has anybody fallen off harder than Cannabis?
How
do we go from the Alien to whatever?
Yeah, because that's your debut album. Like usually your debut is like the one that gets you known. Like in your second album,
there's been nothing relatively close to that. There's nothing close.
Here's the deal. Like we'd probably be having a different conversation right now if his first album was like his version of like Ready to Die or Illmatic or Chronic or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't. Like, LL was right. 99% of your fans don't exist. And I know that sounds like a corny line until you think about it logically and you're like, no one showed up for you. No one. All these people that love you so much.
No, I think the music was just bad.
No, it wasn't.
The music wasn't there.
Can we get deep for a second? No, it wasn't Cannabis's fault. It was Wyclef's fault.
Yeah, Wyclef was whack too.
And they put no money into this kid. None. And when LL was like,
he didn't need to put money into him to give him good beats. Cannabis liked those beats.
Sir, Mr. HighSign, repeat what you just said.
You wouldn't have to put money into Cannabis to give him good beats.
Don't you have to pay for good beats? If you ain't giving me no money, how am I getting good beats?
Look, if you're under me, right? Me and you, right? It's me and you. I'm producing your album. This is a RZA Wu situation in a sense. I'm producing you. You're my art. You're the artist in my camp. And the rest
I get it.
The majority of the album is produced by Wyclef and Jerry.
I get it.
Yeah.
So is Wyclef's album. So is the score.
Wyclef's beat skills, it was like the score and Carnival, and then after that he was like, I don't care no more.
Yeah.
And he got turned out by them radio hits. And it all changed.
Yeah. Someone please call 911.
But the same way that they had no money while they were making the score and they were coming up with amazing music, They could have come up with amazing music for cannabis when they had more real estate in the game. But they didn't.
They didn't.
They didn't. But ultimately, the artist has to stand up for himself and say, I don't like that beat, fam. Like, I just don't like it. Unless you like it.
Dude was freestyling on better beats.
So if I'm in the studio with Refuge, and I'm not even saying that that's an easy conversation to have, but if I'm in the studio with Wyclef and my favorite beats are Ready or Not and How Many Mics and Zealots and all this stuff, and then he's and what's the cover that I'm blanking on?
Get Retarded.
No,
Woman Don't Cry. Or
no, the Fuji, the sing one time.
Lauren Hill joint.
I'm still blanking on the name of that joint. Kill Him Softly. Sorry, I blanked on that real hard. And these are my favorite joints. And then you're giving me, second round KO,
which is not a bad beat.
It's not a good beat.
It's not a good beat.
Cannabis did a lot of work on that song trying to carry it through. Because that beat is
he did.
Doo-doo.
It's shaky, brethren.
What last time you listened to that song, man?
That beat is doo.
It's been a while.
Doo.
Bro. Ultimately, you have to have the conversation that's like, yo.
Did he just finish watching Jaws or something?
I've been rapping on the mixtapes on all these woo beats. I've been smashing down pun features, common features. I've been featuring on all these cool tapes and everything. That's the energy that everybody expected on his album. It wasn't a complicated energy that they were looking for.
Nope.
They weren't looking. All you needed was to show up like that, like capture the rawness.
We gotta sell records, son.
So all
they didn't even do that. I need some high heel fans.
But
you only need a couple. You need a couple singles, fam. You need a couple singles, fam. Your album is 13, 14 songs. You need like 2-3 singles. And then you can wow out.
He had the single.
What?
And then,
what's the single?
The knockout joint.
That came way before his album.
The same
that
way.
Doesn't count. That Get Retarded was his single.
He had the one about his moms, about being born. What was the name of that song?
Oh yeah.
And he had the Negronometry was a video too. I think.
Yeah.
But here's my thing: the same way we blame Nas for any and all indiscretions with beats.
Yep.
We cannot take responsibility away from cannabis.
That's right.
Because what did he do? He turned around. He said, yo, I'm sorry for that first album. Wyclef spoiled it.
Yep.
And then you listen to that second album, and it also wasn't good. And all you had to do was go to Primo. Now Wyclef is out the picture. You got the budget. Go to Primo. Go to Alchemist, who's brand new. He don't cost that much.
Primo, Alchemist, say
go to Large Professor.
Havoc or something.
Go to Pete Rock.
Slam Dunk.
Go to Havoc.
Pete Rock.
Go to Q-Tip. Exactly. Who's on that album?
If all these dudes
I think High Five is on the album.
Hold on. I have a question. If my nemesis told all these dudes, hey, if you give him a beat, I ain't fucking with you ever again.
Don't go conspiracy on me. You don't have any proof of that.
Nah.
You don't have any proof that happened.
We don't have proof.
Prove it.
We don't have
and
proof.
I'll tell you what you do in that case.
We don't have proof that
but who's Wyclef working with? Hold on.
Wyclef documents.
Wait with these producers? Wyclef don't have no weight with these producers. He never worked with none of them. What are you talking about?
We just established that these are all producers on the come up at that time, except for Primo.
Not Pete Rock.
No, but here's the thing. So let's give a quick Primo story.
What are we talking about? It don't matter.
Here's a quick Primo story. As we all know, as we all know, Devil's Pie. As we all know, Devil's Pie, D'Angelo, originally produced for cannabis. This is facts.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he not use it? Because Primo came to the studio late. He wasn't feeling that. And then he didn't like the direction of the beat. So instead of being like, yo, I don't like that one, he was like, nah, you trying to play me. I'm out. Done. Forget about it. I'm gonna get TIE fighted.
Cannabis was on his own stuff for a while. And he played himself.
It might have been a case of the ego. It might have been a case of the ego. It happens to us, brother. When you in that, you know it happens to us. You know, you're like, yo, what you mean? I'm not nigga. What you mean? What are you talking about?
So, with that said, I'll come back to you guys in the Arckatron fashion. Would you be willing to wash a Biggie Smalls and LL Cool J? Arckatron's like, nope.
Big. He said nope.
So we got 3 bigs. All right, cool.
You watching? All
right, so Biggie takes LL.
If I would have watched it, but we still have 2 bigs.
So all right, so Nas and Jay-Z is washed. Biggie Smalls takes LL. Now we got GZA versus Prodigy.
Oh, brother.
Man.
No, don't lean in like that, brother.
Before I say this,
Ooh,
I'm gonna do this.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
All right, I'm gonna say the controversial thing.
This is my major because but P.I., remember what you just said about Wu-Tang.
Okay. What
did you say about Wu-Tang? About the last time they had a song?
That's true. This
is why I'm going back
to the Wonder Mile in my shoes.
Pull it back.
But to that point, Arckatron, to that point, what he's made, is there anything that P has made that's touching that?
Infamous.
Is touching Liquid Swords?
It's close.
How Infamous is in a solo joint.
Come on, it's in the zone. Come on, fam.
It's in the
drop zone. It's in the drop zone. Come on.
It's at the
Infamous
end
versus
of the drop
Liquid
zone,
Swords.
but it ain't close. It ain't bullseye.
Shook Ones, Survival of the Fittest. Back at you.
It's like a mob versus Wu-Tang. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
eye for an eye.
Like, both
Price
impactful,
right.
same
Liquid
label.
Swords is better than all of those songs you just mentioned combined.
The sword, Liquid Swords is.
Nah. Where are these arguments?
The only thing is after Liquid Swords, if we're going 1 for 1, GZA is
that's where the argument.
GZA also has all those verses on other Wu projects.
No, hear me out. I hear that part too, Mike. But at his own solo work, he had what? Legend of Liquid Swords, Beneath the Surface,
Grandmasters,
yeah,
Pro Tools.
I don't even remember that.
That's what I'm trying to say. You don't even know his history.
You don't want to.
I know the hit. I don't remember that album. I know the
Grandmaster was the
you
joint
don't want to
with
remember
Muggs,
it, brother. Trust me.
What you say, Mike?
Grandmaster was the joint with Muggs, right?
Yeah.
That
was okay.
He sounds sleepy. Stop it.
Nah,
he was dead. Okay. He was dead on his feet on Grandmasters.
Sleepy GZA.
I can't give you
sleep
that.
Genius. He was sleep genius.
On the other side,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Boom.
When you jump, no, it's
on the other side. You got Infamous, Hell on Earth,
Prodigy for me,
Murder Music, H&IC, Albert Einstein, all of Prodigy's features.
I shot you.
Okay, I'm giving it to Prodigy. I'm going Prodigy.
All of his Wu-Tang features.
Prodigy. I'm going Prodigy.
They let.
I gotta go Prodigy.
Okay, PL. I hear your Wu-Tang features. I hear your Wu-Tang feature.
You got this man worked up.
Yeah, I mean, banging on tables over here. I hear your Wu-Tang feature. But where that Wu-Tang feature
turned to Scarface
literally after 2000. What are we talking about? That's 20 years ago. When was the last GZA feature you heard? You like, yo, that's ill GZA verse.
Rhapsody. Rhapsody joint.
Yes, the Rhapsody joint.
Name one other feature.
Thank you, Mike.
Stop it.
Thank you, Mike.
Name another feature.
I can't.
People ain't calling GZA like that for features.
If we're doing the Jay-Z math,
I want a Jizza feature. I ain't even gonna hold y'all.
Okay.
All jokes aside, I want
I have one question. Who is the better rapper?
It's Jizza for me.
Is it close?
Rapper, I like Jizza better.
I like Jizza better, but the only thing is we're putting in more.
Who's the better rapper? Who's the more versatile rapper? And who, if we're close on, the argument seems to be we're close on discography. Jizza's body work.
No,
listen,
we're not close on
discography. Hear me out. Jizza's discography up until 2000 versus Prodigy's discography period after that.
No. What are you talking about? What kind of math you doing? Discography don't mean you excommunicate the rest of the discography.
I'm saying
the whole thing.
No. What I'm trying to say is,
shouts to Hassan in the chat.
Jizza's run is not as equal in length.
What up, Blurdish?
As Prodigy's run, yes, but is Jizza's run not better?
No, he's got one album.
Oh man.
Well, Liquid Swords is
second album.
One.
Stop it.
Beneath the Surface.
Bro, you don't want to. Beneath the Surface really isn't.
I'm gonna go to walk.
I like it.
When was the last time you heard it?
All right, let's put up the vote. I'm giving it to Prodigy. I love Jizza, but I'm giving this one to
Prodigy.
Prodigy.
All right, so there's 3 Prodigies.
Okay.
All right, so we got one. We got 1 and 1. Next is Big Daddy Kane and Kool G Rap. Now this is a good one.
I know where I'm going already.
I'm going Kane.
I'm going Kane.
Kane. There it is.
Going Kane.
Oh, all 4?
Yeah, Kane.
So,
going Kane.
So all right. Now we got. Here's the last one. Can there be a tie? All right, Mos Def and Pharoah Monch. Whoo! These last two have been
Yasin.
Mos.
I got
Yasin Bey.
I got to go Mos.
4 again? Oh, 4 again. All right.
So in this case, BK takes it. BK takes it.
We made it through. Yeah,
as you can see,
Brooklyn is super happy
going
right now.
on.
My beloved Queens team has fallen.
Queens team
Nori should have been on the team. They would have won.
Oh
man.
I mean, you got it.
In the hospital.
He got hits though.
Well, what?
He's got hits.
Right, so
that bloody money kills the whole Brooklyn squad except for Big.
Oh
man,
shit!
Bloody Money is that's a jam. All right,
That's
so
the anthem right there.
we got Los Angeles versus Long Island. Now I know we want to line this up. I don't know why we should have to line this up.
Do we?
But
we don't have to.
All right, I'm saying Long Island. Oh, all right. Long Island goes forward.
I'm Long Island, but I need to hear the team. Just run it down. Hear the name.
Let's run it down. Let's run it down.
So Team LA is corrupt. Team LA is corrupt. Tupac, Nipsey Hussle, Schoolboy Q, Bad Luck. Then Team Long Island is Rakim, Busta Rhymes, Chuck D, MF Doom, and Rock Marciano.
L.I.
Yo, man.
I told we knew that was the strongest team. One of the strongest teams.
Woo! So
you got the matchup you wanted, brother.
This lineup is about to be intense, fam.
All right, so here it is.
Right here.
Bulls in Utah.
Team Brooklyn versus Team Long Island.
I know Bulls in Utah. That's
woo,
man. This is a lineup.
Woo!
This is a lineup for your butt right here.
We gonna have to break this one down.
This man.
Let's get it.
Let's go, man.
Wow.
Go,
all right,
baby.
cool. So in the lineup, before we get started, to remind people, Team Brooklyn is Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls, Jizza, Big Daddy Kane, and Mos Def. Team Long Island is Rakim, Busta Rhymes, Chuck D, MF Doom, Rock Marciano. Ooh, there is some darts. There are some darts in
This is a painful battle right here.
Big shout out right now. If we have any DJs in the chat, I would love a Team Brooklyn mixtape and a Team Long Island mixtape. I would love that personally. That like because with just these 5 artists for Brooklyn and Long Island, have a mixtape for both of them. Whoo! That would get me through the workday. That would get me through the workday easy. All right, so let's line it up. We got Jay-Z versus Rakim.
Wash.
I'm gonna wash this.
Yeah, that's a wash.
Hassan says, how is Brooklyn missing Fabulous?
Who is Fab going
you gotta watch the previous show, brother.
You gotta watch like 2-3 shows ago.
Yeah.
Next lineup is Biggie Smalls and Busta Rhymes.
Wash.
I'm gonna vote to wash that as well. That's rough. We might have to circle back. Man. We might end up watching all this. So we might have to circle back. Y'all might as well.
Because see, I'm going Busta on that one. I'm going Busta, but I guess I'm the only one going Busta. So we watch.
Arcka.
So we.
I'm not going as Biggie. So it's either wash or bust.
See, I'm bust.
Yeah.
Arckatron, can I get you going to the side of Busta Rhymes?
I think Biggie's a better rapper, but Busta has the history, so I would say wash.
And the hits and
Busta's discography, man.
Big has I want
to watch.
It's unfair to get this who's not here for someone who's here.
That's fair. Yeah. I vote to wash it personally.
Let's wash.
All right, wash. Next.
Wait. So you switched it? I'm still.
I'm Busta. But since I thought you were washing too. So you're Busta. Arckatron, you Busta?
No, if we have one Busta and 3 washes, what are we talking about?
Well, see, I didn't know if you were Busta or not. So we got 3 washes.
I think Busta and 3 washes still bust, but it's not. That's all wash then.
If it's 2 washes to 1 Busta,
it's 3 washes.
It's 3 washes right now.
So, yeah, so if it's 3 versus 1, I would think.
Yeah. So next up, we got Jizza and Chuck D.
Jizza.
I want to watch that too.
Chuck.
I want to give it to Chuck. I want to give it to Chuck D.
More albums, longevity, better. It has
larger cultural impact.
Chuck is getting it.
What you say?
Sounds like Chuck is getting this vote right now.
Yeah, I'm Chuck.
If he wants to wash it, I'm kind of leaning. Yeah,
I'm Chuck.
I would watch that. That's too much. So
you Chuck? You Chuck?
I'm Chuck.
You couldn't go.
Anwar, you Chuck? Cultural impact.
All right.
Jizza got one hot album, bro.
All right.
One.
Chuck D. So Chuck D takes that one.
Okay, I'll go Chuck.
Now we got.
It's a very hot album, though.
But it's an amazing, classic, timeless album.
We got Big Daddy Kane versus MF Doom. Ooh. Dang. Man. Because like every rapper wanted to be Kane at one point in time.
Everyone.
Every rapper wanted to be Kane.
Including Jay-Z?
Yes.
Yeah, including Jay-Z.
Was he influenced this? He was influenced this time?
Jazzo too. Yes, everybody. Everybody.
And why you stupid? he was influenced this time.
I'm being petty. That was petty.
You should just. Oh man, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Was it
we
Kane
gotta go Kane on this.
I'm gonna go Kane on this.
All right, Kane on this one. So we got 1 and 1.
Art, who you got?
Oh man, wait, who the other person I got?
It's
I was
Kane.
going Kane, but who's
Kane
so we all for Kane.
Kane and Doom.
Yeah, because it's more this one now. Wait, who was Doom against where we had the big argument? Who was Doom against?
Man, I don't remember.
2 Chainz.
No, come on, make the
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz, yeah.
I will make the reverse because I feel Kane it was a mismatch. This is more of a match, and I feel Kane wins because his impact is different than 2 Chainz' impact.
Fair.
So yeah,
all
Kane.
right, so In this case, we got 1-1.
And it all comes
the
down
tiebreaker. The tiebreaker comes down to Mos Def and Rock Marciano.
Oh, come on.
And you know who I'm choosing.
It's easy. This is easy. It's done. The battle's over.
Yasin Bey, Mos Def. That's who I'm choosing.
So you go.
Brooklyn.
I'm going Mos. I
gotta go with Mos as well, I guess.
I mean, Yasin Bey got at least a couple of bangers. You know what I mean? Like, Rock got a couple, but like Mos
had a career-wise. Mos had a period of, he had a rough patch.
Yeah,
a really rough patch.
New Danger,
like a real rough patch.
True Magic era was the rough Mos.
It was rough. But then he made Ecstatic,
which turned it around, which is very
and
hard
Black
to do.
On Both Sides. I saw someone say this recently. I don't know how much I agree with it, but I'm gonna throw it in the air.
All right.
For the group. They talked about how they revisited Black On Both Sides and it was terrible. Like they liked it back in the day, but now when they saw it now, when they listen to it now, rather, there was like 2 or 3 songs that they liked for real.
That's like Mike with his pillage take stance.
Oh man, that pillage boy.
On Mos' side, we got. I want to give this a little bit of attention because it's the last matchup.
Okay.
You got the Black Star album, Pivotal.
Yes.
This is not our introduction if you're kind of in the know about, he was on Dilla, he was on Stakes' Hive, yada yada. But for a lot of people, this is the introduction.
For me,
you got Black On Both Sides, which has smashes on it. But, also has some spots that are very indicative of the time. They're not timeless. They're very much of, 98, 99 time frame. Then you have the rough patch. Then you have the not rough patch, where he's back cooking. On the other hand, you got Marcy, who's coming in with Flip Mode. And he's nailing everything to the wall, the floor, the ceiling. He's cooking. He is burning the house down. Whew. Then he disappears for a while. He doesn't have it down. He goes through label issues. He disappears for a while. He returns with Marsburg. Classic album.
Classic.
He follows that up with Reloaded. Classic.
In your opinion, yes.
Revisit that, my brother. Because I don't. It's just more than the same. It's like how I feel about, it's like,
my brother.
It might be like how I felt about Finding Forever after B. I just felt it was B2. It might be like that. I might have listened to it maybe 10 years from now. Like, because Finding Forever got some fire on it, though. I was still
because I will say this to your point. When I first heard Reloaded, I wasn't like, wow, like this. It was like, I liked it, but I wasn't like, yo. And over time, sort of like what it was written, when I was able to accept it as its own thing and not link it to this and what I expected going forward, or like lose my expectations, then I was like, yo, this might low key, like, this is a more of a battle than I thought. Then you get to like what I feel is his down phase. A lot of people would not agree with me, but I feel like Marcy has a down phase where it did start to get all the way the same.
And then came Behold the Pale Horse.
And then came Behold the Pale Horse. And I was like, okay. But the quality of the raps and whatnot never dipped. The quality of the beats, like the beats were cool, but it was just all the same, which I think was a point Mike was making earlier. It was all the same. And I was like, all right, like y'all not pushing it anywhere. Even in the realm of this, like with what we doing with this, like me and Arcka talk about this kind of thing a lot, production wise. Just like you can do loop based, you could do chops, you could do whatever, but you can keep adding to it and making variations on it. And I don't feel like he did that for a long time. You know, so I think there's like some arguments to be, but it is close. But then also like, yeah, I mean, like I think Most is maybe more versatile. Not maybe, he's more versatile.
And remember his features before he dropped, like the Lyricist Lounge stuff, the Sound Bombing stuff, the stuff with Dilla, you know, like he had his bubbling, and then he had Black Star, which of course he shared with someone, of course.
Did you hear that
he had Black on both sides?
Don't do it, PL.
Don't do that.
Don't do it, PL. Don't say it, PL.
Don't do that.
What happened?
No.
You can say it.
Go on, PL. Go on, PL.
I'm gonna have a reaction.
Reflection Eternal 2.
Definitely say it now.
Produced by Madlib.
I don't care.
Reflection.
Wait, what did you just say?
Reflection Eternal 2.
There's Black
been
one. You mean
produced by Madlib?
I thought you said Bad Lib for a second. I was about to say, like, yo, you disrespectful.
Oh, no.
I thought you said Bad Lib. I was like, hey, yo.
No.
Yeah,
I would
Bad
never.
Lib.
I was like, hey, yo.
I'll pull in my alchemist. I want no smoke with that man.
No, I don't want that. It doesn't make sense. How's it gonna be Reflection Eternal and you don't have high tech? So what are we talking about?
No, it's a Black Star album produced by Madlib.
He said Reflection Eternal.
No, that's what they're typing. No, that's what they're calling it. Reflection Eternal 2.
They are
all produced 100% by Madlib.
They are. They're calling it that.
You know there was a Reflection Eternal second album. You know that, right?
Huh?
You know there was a Reflection Eternal second album.
He said, "Tell him that,
sir." I'm just telling you what I read. I'll send you the link.
Who are your sources? Because they're incorrect.
It must have been from like OK Player or something like that.
Maybe I seen it yesterday.
I know some people over there. They'd be better than that.
I seen it yesterday. I'll send it to you.
PL, this has been a rumor for 10 years about
Madlib.
Yes, with Madlib. There's tracks out there. There's the two Aretha tracks. There's another track like that Madlib or someone else. Yes, this is happening.
With them on it?
Yes. With them on it.
I got to do some digging.
This album is reportedly finished.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that for a couple of years too.
Yeah, I've been hearing that for a long time.
Until I see it or hear it, I really don't care. I feel the same way about J Electronica stuff. The same
Arckatron, you said there's 2 songs floating out there already?
What?
You said there's 2 songs that have been floating out there?
Yeah, 10 years ago. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, those are.
You already know.
I don't assume those are in there.
One of them.
Okay.
You already know is one of them. The other ones, I can't remember the name. I think, oh no, his brother, Madden's brother did the beat. But it's still Aretha. They were doing this album about Aretha Franklin.
Oh, I remember that. That mixtape came out.
So some songs came out.
It was like a mixtape. That came out. I haven't heard it though.
I'll check it out.
But the Madlib thing with producing full album with Talib or Mos or both of them together has been a rumor for 10 years now.
Yeah. And I mean, they've even fed into it. I mean, Talib Kweli was like, yo, it's done. Yasin was like, yo, it's done. We're just waiting to release it. And I'm like, y'all waiting to be dead? Like,
it's the New Mutants of of
Al. Right. It is the New Mutants.
Oh, almost done. Almost done. Oh, like I ain't got time for that.
Man. So with that said, guys, we thank y'all for chilling. Team Brooklyn took it all the way.
Wow,
Jay-Z,
Damager, Brooklyn
Notorious B.I.G., The Jizza, Big Daddy Kane, Big.
Wait, where you get this animation, this graphic for me? Where you just did this, man?
Oh well, I actually had it for the last video, so
meaning that you knew they was gonna win. I see.
Well, no, I actually made one for every team. It was extremely tedious. It took mad time.
I know.
extremely tedious, and I didn't want to do it, but I was like, let me go in and do it. But Brooklyn took it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? They got it. So, guys, thank you everyone for coming through. Thank you. We had Hassan, Marquise Collins, King Jers. We had Nick Hollywood G. We had Blurtish roll through. I think Alan Lewis, Therese, Tyler Bennett. Some other folks came through, hit that thumbs up or hit that thumbs down. Either one. But if you hit that thumbs down, I'm gonna send Team Long Island after you, and they just lost, so they ain't happy.
Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Yes, we're still live. Don't curse.
Before we get out of here, to the diagonal below, the conspiratorial Parker Lewiz.
Thank you. ParkerPLLewis.com. Parker P. Lewiz on all social media. Yeah, take 2 seconds, check me out.
And you dropped a new joint, right? What's that new joint you dropped?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. He got something coming.
Not
so
yet.
Tune in.
Yes.
And then I'm
waiting on a particular gentleman in this case.
Well, with that said, right here in the other below square, we have Anwar HighSign. What's up?
The gentleman he's waiting on is me. I'm beyond that thing. It's gonna be cracked. But for right now, check me out on IG, Anwar_HighSign. Check me out on Twitter, Anwar HighSign. You can actually search for Hoslow. I had to go ahead and, recognize that the name change takes time. So if you do search Hoslow, I'll still come up. You'll see it, FKA Hoslow. You can come follow me, come chat with me. You know what I'm saying? Come check out the story on the IG and go on Spotify. No.
The real Anwar HighSign.
The real Anwar.
Often duplicated, but never replicated.
Replicated. Go on Spotify and Apple Music and all the platforms and check out that project called Fleece by me.
Get it.
And then check out that project by Parker P.L. Lewiz. Before that, go check out that Space Bridge by Arckatron, because that's out.
Yeah.
And then when it comes out, check out Parker P.L. Lewiz featuring me.
Space Bridge.
On one song.
So, lastly, right here, we have Arckatron. What's up?
Hey, yes, this is Arcatron, the place to be. FKA Young Architect, FKA Y Arcka, FKA Arcka.
Kid Dynamite.
That was me. You can search everything.
He's only 16.
It's all out there. I was like 16 making music. But you can find me ARCKATRON.com. And you can find all my music there. You can find my discography. If you want to find some other stuff, just search for me. I'm everywhere on the internets where you can find me. All right? Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Right now. As soon as it's over. Right now.
So, of course, with that said, NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places, Spotify for some music. Don't forget the Rent Party next week, right here, Saturday, May 30th. It's going to be hot. It's going to be dope. Black comics, hip hop, whole bunch of fun. And from us to you, thank you for chilling. Oh, yeah. And since NERDSoul Light ain't here, I'm going to do it for him. Get two. You're going to get double pieces. So from us to you, we're just saying, peace.
Do the Jay-Z. That's a Jay-Z movie.
Picasso, baby.
Oh, man.
Baby, we 3 G's up in here.
Oh, man. Y'all be cool. Peace.
And a woo for you.
And a woo for you.
Y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
Shit.